Welcome to the Let It Bleed podcast, a place where you can hear the liquor-fueled ramblings of two narcissistic wizards who conjure the essence of inspirational people every week and bring it straight to you.
And just how do you plan on doing that? Magic. Motherfucker.
And now for the wizards themselves, David Amaya and Phil Arroyo.
Oh, man.
Oh, we're here.
We're here.
We done did it.
It happened.
Oh, man.
And I gotta pee.
Oh, literally, we just had 45 minutes
I
between
know. That's
finishing
how.
that.
That's just how I do things around here. But
All right,
I'm not going to.
You just moved that bottle underneath the table below my eye line.
Yeah.
And frankly, I'm uncomfortable right now.
Well, you know, if we need to get beer one way or the other and we can't afford it, what else are you going to do?
Piss in a bottle and drink it?
Not me. You.
Oh, shit. Is that extra?
Yeah, you know. Maybe it'll be a happy accident instead of a happy ending, you know?
So,
yeah, this week
it's pretty much going to be another hour of that. So
Yeah.
if that's not your cup of tea, I would understand. Just make sure you do the download, and then you don't have to listen to the rest, because this is a silly one.
Yeah, it's fun, really fun.
I had a ton of fun.
Another comic on the show, good new friend of mine who I find hilarious, Kelly McConville.
Ooh, got it right.
I got it
All
right.
that rehearsing
See,
off mic fucking paid off, man.
that's one of those names that's hard for me to say. It's like a thing, you know. It's the thing.
It's
the thing that does the thing.
Yeah.
It does that.
It's
yeah.
like an anvil and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Little pneumatic devices like that, they help me.
Right on. You're really good. You're quick with those ones. I'm fucking yeah.
Speaking of quick, Jesus Christ, slow down, Turbo. I know you're excited because we just had a great fucking time, but this is a good show. We jump into fucking all sorts.
There's this fucking
man.
whale on your TV right now.
Why are you always talking about shit people can't see in the
Because
middle
it's
of
just
the audio
funny because-
thing we're recording?
Because it's funny, trust me. Envision this fucking monkey riding a whale, and he's got his fingers up, and he's pointing. He's like, "You better go faster," and the whale's just like, "No." That's what's going on right now.
I feel like it's like a script from like an ASMR video or something. Now picture a monkey riding a whale.
You're right. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
Exactly. You should do that.
I'm
Make a series. I'll subscribe.
an ASMR like series where I describe like strange paintings.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like nobody would watch. Like the only people who would watch would be like the FBI. So
Bro, I've
going
seen
to
some
pass
fucking
on
weird shit that people watch on YouTube. There's like that guy that just like destroys chickens. And
I'm sorry,
recognize
what?
this. Yeah, so they're already dead, so he doesn't kill them like while they're alive, but it's still fucking gross and weird. But I was watching this with Kelly and V on our way to the Comedy Store a few weeks ago. There's this guy that gets
Holy
like
shit! I thought you were like segueing into a plug, like at her show, The Blend, which is also of course this.
that happened yesterday.
Yeah, that happened yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that was smooth.
Yeah, no, we were going into something different. This was a long time ago when the fucking I forget his name, but he like takes chickens or he like cooks other things, and like it's like one of those videos that kind of like looks like he's showing you how to do it, and it's just this got this nice pleasant music and shit, and then all of a sudden he just like goes ham and just destroy, like he just like to the most, it's like the most ridiculous thing that you'd ever see, but people
It's
fucking subscribe.
chickens.
It's like chickens or other shit, but he's done like a lot of,
Is it How to Basic?
I think so.
Oh yeah. Oh, they've been around for a minute. Okay, fuck. I thought like some like crazy person was like filming themselves with like their flip phone, like.
Well,
just
his
gutting
videos started
And I'm
off
like,
like
what?
really like minimal. His videos like back in the
Oh
day
yeah,
were like
I
fucking,
remember. Like he's been around since like fucking 2009 or something.
but that's my point.
Yeah.
People fucking love that shit.
oh yeah,
It's
he's
fucking weird.
He's got his own little like niche carved out. People know. I fucking know him. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of weird. You're like, I saw a
I
YouTube
know
video
of
a
him.
guy who
That's
was like
weird
smashing a
enough,
chicken up. I'm like, oh fuck, I know that guy. Like he's got his niche.
Yeah.
Like good on him. You know what I mean? He found his purpose.
Hey,
Like that's his thing, man.
smashing
so respect.
chickens.
All
Yeah.
love. You smashed them chickens.
Right.
Yeah.
That just takes so much effort and work to make those things. I'm like, wow. I could have eaten that fucking shit. You know, that's just ugh. Anyways,
I don't know if you're talking about the cooking or like making the video.
like no, the one where he like no, the ones where he makes these.
We don't need to go.
Yeah, we don't need to go there. Anyways, yeah, fun podcast.
Yeah.
And she's hilarious. You guys need to actually go to one of her stand-ups. And yesterday was one that you could have went and checked her out, as well as myself.
But you missed it.
But you fucked up. You fucked up. But definitely stay tuned to what I'm going to post about other open mics, other joke challenges, because it seems like Kelly will be there, as well as other shows at the Improv and or the Comedy Store.
The roast battle you're going to set up.
Yeah. I'm going to roast battle her. We'll both just bomb, because I can't say anything mean to her, because she's super sweet and super nice.
You need to like get used to being able to say mean shit to somebody. Like, I don't know if I even like got that in me to really go hard on someone.
Right?
Yeah.
Like to be a dick. Like I could be a dick, but I can't. Like I have a line. I won't go to that.
Like everybody like holds back. You know,
Yeah.
This is like just go watch that shit. It's fucking.
But there's some people
it's
I
deep.
wouldn't mind going fucking off on. Whereas I would not be able to do that. She's super sweet. I couldn't like sit there and just like look her in the face and just like say anything fucked up. I don't even know anything fucked up about her. She's just really funny and she's cool and she's just fucking, you know, she's dope. So
That's why we're all going to collectively dig through her Facebook
yeah, let's do it right
and
now.
find dirt.
Yeah.
And you can find her on that Facebook at Kelly McConville. That is McConville. Or better yet, what if you go to her Instagram page where she often posts her shows and stuff like that, and see if you can dig up any dirt there? You know, at McConville, McConville, McConvelli.
I think you're onto something there,
That'd
Phil.
be good.
Onto something, you guys. Definitely message me with all the dirt you could find. I need this by yesterday.
I am running around in circles, high-fiving myself right now.
You did a
for
good job.
anybody
That was a good job.
at home who can't see this. You hear that?
Yeah.
It's a pat in the back.
Well,
Who gave it to me? Maybe it was me. Maybe it was God.
definitely
Who knows?
wasn't our live audience member who is over there just shaking her head.
Just grimacing, going, "Oh fuck,
she's
I don't
just
know
like,
you.
I don't know
Shut up.
them. I don't want to be in here
Jesus
anymore.
Christ."
Yeah. But she liked our guest for today.
All right.
Well, this is where we're gonna just go ahead and say, listen to the show,
This has been
like
a real
it, love it.
awkward close
Yeah.
to what is a very smooth and fucking hilarious episode of the show that, of course, we are both very proud of.
Yeah, do the things that you know you need to do, like subscribe to our fucking podcast and make all your friends do that shit too.
Never a bad idea, man. Never a bad idea. And go ahead and follow us at Let It Be Cast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, like we always do. You can catch myself at Phil Nobody Cares on Twitter, which it's fucking primo golden stuff, guys. You should really do that. And then flip that around at Nobody Cares Phil on Instagram.
Yeah, and follow me on Instagram at hoodratstuff with 3 Fs, and just find me on Facebook, add me, and message me, and keep me company. I'm lonely.
Unless you're from Bangladesh.
Unless you're Nick Jason from Bangladesh.
Yeah. You're the one guy who's
Yeah.
not allowed to.
Exactly. Well, anyways, guys, enough fucking around. Let's get into it. As always.
We gave him 2 fucking plugs in this episode
Dude, he's gonna
for his podcast promotion thing. He's going to jump over us and fucking explode with business off of this show. And I can't believe we both just got fucking tricked like that.
Yeah.
He's good. Oh,
He's
he's good. All right, you guys
scam
should
artist.
hire Nick Jason. He's
Hire
fucking
Nick
good.
Jason. You'll go to number 1.
Wow.
Yeah. But you have to honor him, otherwise you'll never get there. As we're not going to, obviously.
Listen to this again after you've heard the episode. It's gonna be a lot funnier. Okay.
All right. Cheers, Nick Jason. Cheers to all of you. As always, let it bleed.
What do you know about jokes?
We heard you know a thing or two about jokes.
My life is a joke, and my career is a joke. My future is a joke.
So everything we were just talking about. Yay! Welcome to the club.
Oh man.
Probably 90% of our listening audience out there is like thinking the same thing. So yeah, is that why you got into comedy, or was that because you just, you know,
I think I got into comedy because the people who do comedy seem so sad, and I could so very relate to that.
But
you know?
real.
It's so real. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I think on I don't know, was it on here or was it somewhere else? I forget where we were talking about it. I think it was with Robbie, right? He was like saying, or we were saying how it was just like super interesting to me to be going to these open mics and seeing the same people there over and over again, and like I don't even know these people, but like I feel like I already know like everybody's dirty laundry and their like kind of stuff just from like what they go up there and they say,
Right,
like, and they're
yeah.
just very open about it. And like obviously like with comedy you're not completely telling the truth, but you're not fucking lying either.
Exactly.
It's coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
There's definitely like some merit to what they are saying.
Right? There's always like a grain of truth to every joke. And I think most of it is just therapy for people.
Right.
Like,
You need
If
an
I have
outlet.
to hear one more open micer open with, well, this is cheaper than therapy, so
it's real though. Therapy is expensive, you guys.
Yeah, I think that's why I try to talk myself and just about anybody else out of therapy. Not talk them out of it, talk them out of the reasons why I need it. Like, I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't need that. I can figure it out myself. You don't really need therapy, but really it's because I'm too broke to fucking go afford that shit. Co-payment, what? No, fuck
Right.
that. I'm not doing that shit.
Exactly.
Not down.
No,
But
I can't afford it either. I desperately need to go.
which would it would seem like the complete opposite for so many people though, because I mean with therapy you're in a room with one person who's not allowed to tell anybody what you fucking the fucked up shit that you say, and like in comedy you're like, here I am, fucking this is the fucked up shit that I have to say.
Right.
Like this is me. Which I think is more therapeutic anyways, right?
It
Like
is.
get it out. Let it out there.
Yeah, it's like not a secret anymore.
Yeah, because when you're in there in a room with somebody, you're just like, talking to them and like, fuck, is this person a piece of shit that's gonna go tell other people my fucking shit? Like, what's going on?
Right.
I think that just, and I don't know.
It's kind of like
I've
confession.
literally never thought that. Like, oh man, like this is going to leave the room somewhere. It's like, nah, but like that's
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
why? I mean,
why did I think that?
anything
like,
can fucking happen,
anything
man.
could happen. Yeah.
Shit, anything in this world can fucking happen. There's just crazy shit going
if
on
your
left and right.
therapist is like out there fucking spilling your dirt,
Yeah.
I mean,
And if a therapist is the open mic room,
they're definitely
I'm so
spilling
bad
your
at
joke.
this. I walk away and then start a sentence. Jesus Christ. And I'm like, yeah, that's like, oof, this is off to a awkward start for me here.
Well, not really, but this
I'm trying to do too many
It's
things at
all in your
once. I'm
head.
trying to
Yeah.
like get this rolled, then lit, then like moved over, and I'm doing stuff, and I'm like, oh, I forgot the thing that I'm supposed to be doing right now.
Yeah. Now, welcome to my world, Phil. This is how I am pretty much on every podcast. I come in here high as fuck. I'm just like sitting down and like, what? Yeah. Oh shit. Side fucking conversation over here about something that had nothing to do with what we were just talking about for like 30 minutes. Never getting around to what we were saying. But how do you stay so fucking calm? Like when you're like up there on stage? Because that's the one thing I noticed about you is that you don't. Like, I'm pretty good in front of a lot of people, like, talking. I've never really had a problem getting up in front of people. But
You
for some
honestly
reason,
seem very comfortable.
it's
when you
no,
go
dude.
on
Inside,
stage.
I'm like, fucking, like, oh, shit. This is
Well,
like...
yeah, same for me. I'm freaking out.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm flipping out.
So we're just really good at pretending like we're
Yeah.
not fucking freaking out.
I'm assuming that you are regularly anxious in your everyday life as well.
Yeah.
Because I am. So it's
That
always
makes
a
three of
cover.
us, yeah.
I
Yeah.
have become that way. I mean, it could be a combination of many things. Me not taking care of myself as well as I should, and physically like suffering through it because of that, as well
Right.
as just like the billions of things I try to manage in my brain without like, actually writing things down or doing anything. It's just like me on the go constantly and trying to multitask and trying to think, okay, well, what can I do right now? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Just not like no rest, sort of thing. And so
Right.
yeah, overthinking the fuck out of stuff. But there was a period where it was just like sex, weed, beer, boom, I'm good. Like I don't care like about anything
Life
else.
is
Like
good,
it was
yeah.
like it was like
Fifth grade was a good time.
Yeah. my
That just
God.
reminded me of that show Big Mouth. If you haven't seen it yet,
I've seen like the first like 10 minutes of it. It's one of those where I'm like, oh, a Netflix cartoon to me that's like perfect to put on and then go to sleep.
yeah, I feel.
Right.
And so
I
I have
feel
not
you.
made it through a full one, but like I feel like it looks good.
It's okay, but there is one kid that like puts a hole in his pillow and he has like it's that kind of like goes there, you know, he's fucking his pillow, it becomes his girlfriend, and you know, like his pillow thinks he's 40. He's like, why would you think I'm 40? And then he shows him like fucking his pillow. He's like, yeah, I'm 40. I got a Porsche. Yeah, I got this. I'm doing that. And it's like, what? It's like really graphic and raunchy for like, you know, it's they're just taking it there.
I mean, it's Kroll, so
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of get a sense from there.
It's Nick Kroll?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Cole and Mulaney and who's the dude that's hilarious? I forget his name. He's hilarious.
probably Jason Mantzoukas.
And yeah, him.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like the dude that like, oh yeah, that guy who I like, but nobody knows his name.
Yeah,
Like,
because
oh, no, I fucking love that guy.
He's kind of like a Will Ferrell, like where he started off doing all of the side roles, and soon he's gonna be like, you know, the guy doing all the lead roles in these comedies.
As opposed to the normal track where everybody just jumps straight to lead.
Well, I mean, he's just there right now. Like that's how Will Ferrell was for a long time. It was like, oh, I actually like Will Ferrell in those roles a lot
The
better than I
side
do.
guy?
Yeah, the side guy. I think whenever
Well-
he just comes in as like the side guy instead of like the main character.
Well, there are certain like, but he still does do it well. Talking about Mantzoukas, I just saw this movie, The Long Dumb Road. Have you heard of it?
No.
Oh, okay, it just came out. It's with him and oh god, this other guy he's one of those guys now. To me, like in a year, I'll be like, oh yeah, obviously it's so and so, but right now, I cannot remember this dude's name. Like it's a little like Indian kid or something. And it was really like it was good, like a good like indie flick, you know, just like a road trip thing. But it was you can feel his like you know, his stamp on it. And there are certain things that just feel so organic. You're just like that. He's just so rawly funny.
Organic's
that
a
guy.
good word for him. I saw him do like an interview on, forget what it was. They were like asking him a bunch of questions, or he was like, it was something for like, oh yeah, that's what it was for. What's that music store in Hollywood that's really famous?
Amoeba?
Amoeba, duh, blank. And so Amoeba, he was like doing some like record thing. Like he picked out like a certain amount of records and talks about them, and just the selection and like, you know, the background and everything that he was saying. I was like, dude, fucking this guy's like really impressive, you know, like he's not just like that kind of silly ass character that he plays all the
He's
time.
a super cool fucking dude. I love his podcast. Like, How Did This Get Made? Is literally the podcast that got me into listening to podcasts. So I was like, holy shit, this thing is hilarious.
Oh, really?
And then I just burned through like 100 episodes in like a couple weeks. I'm like, what other shows are on this medium? You know, and then I started like getting into it from there. But like his shit was like the first one that I ever listened to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he fucking kills it.
Do you listen to a lot of podcasts?
Well, I was gonna say I desperately wish that I knew who you guys were talking about.
Oh.
Big dude with the throne, the
Have
big
you seen
old
The
beard.
League?
I swear,
No.
you've seen him before.
Well, I'm
in
sure
something.
I've seen him
Oh,
before.
absolutely, you've
Yeah, I'm
seen
sure
him.
I've seen him before.
I'm trying to think of a
but I don't
movie
even-
that like, what's another character that he's like really known for that he's he was in what was it?
God, he's in so many things, but like, what's something that like everybody's seen? I don't know. He was in The House, the Will Ferrell movie from like this year.
Okay.
That was
I
really good.
also did
Dirty
not
Grandpa?
See that.
This
This is embarrassing for me.
You would definitely know who he is. He's like a darker dude with like curly, crazy hair, and he's got like that random voice. I don't know how to like. That's a bad impression. That sounded more like fucking Nick Kroll or something. Shit.
hey guy, calm down.
Well, I'm trying to fucking think of who the fuck. Wow, we're really
Wait,
blowing.
I'm gonna pull out my
And this
Google
is really-
machine.
Yeah, I'm sure this
I'm
is
gonna
really
find
Yeah,
fun
we
for everyone
I'm gonna
else right
find
now.
this motherfucker.
Oh
He's-
man.
Fuck.
Um,
Anyways, but yeah, find him. What's his? One more time. How do you say his name?
Mantzoukas. So Mantzoukas.
Is that like Greek?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good call. It took me a long time to figure it out.
Jeez.
Really?
Oh yeah, I know who this is.
That's the reaction.
He's
Oh man.
fucking
We win.
hilarious.
Yeah, I would love to see that guy do stand up. I bet he'd be fucking hilarious. So, who are some of the people that you actually? I know we were talking about this that one night at the Improv, and the Comedy Store. Totally forgot.
My favorite right now, the stand up that I'm like obsessed with would be Sebastian Maniscalco.
That's right. You were telling me.
Oh,
Okay.
right on. man.
He's so funny and physical and just like.
Yeah, he's out there. He's real animated and like. No, more people need to know who this dude is. You know.
Yeah, he's like busting out right now. He was on like the Forbes. He was on Forbes for like being the comedian of the year, like making the most money. He's breaking out.
So
You know what tripped me the fuck out was we put on this this like Vince Vaughn comedy special thing. It was like a movie from like
Vince
10 years
Vaughn,
ago or some shit.
Like Wild West comedy special.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So we just threw that on, like, just to have something in the background. And then I looked, and like the opening act was like a 24-year-old Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever saw him on TV, and he rocked it.
And it was a trip. We just saw him. I just saw him like on like Fallon or something like that, like 2 nights before that. And you just see him. He's like, "Oh man, I had to run from my waiter job over to here so I could like do this set." I'm just like, "Oh, good for you."
Yeah.
I'm so happy to know like this sweet kid, like it has a happy ending,
Yeah.
Like he does get successful. It was nice.
So he has a fucking masseuse up there. Like
He
jacking him
looks
off on
like
stage? Is that what you're
the
saying?
type of dude who would 100% get those constantly.
Really?
He just got that face.
What's that face? I want to know how I don't have this like fucking
Just like
happy ending
like a little greasy.
radar.
You know what I mean?
This thing
Like
that
a little
knows.
Just a little greasy.
I know exactly what he's saying is the sad part. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's still a myth that I would
Just
have
like
to
a
like
light
go and see
sweat.
and just like wait and try it for myself. Just like wait and see if they would like offer it, Or do you have to ask
Oh,
for that
I'm
sort of
sure
thing?
they would offer it to you. Or you, I don't know. Do they offer
Are
it?
we
Do you have to
talking about
ask?
happy endings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Why do you both look at me
I
like
don't know because you're the one with the radar
He
for
looks
it.
like the expert.
Do I look kind of greasy?
I don't know. You had,
That's fucked up.
you,
That's fucked up, you guys.
You had the radar.
To
It's
my
like
face.
takes one to know one,
Right.
you know?
I was just like, you're like, oh, your face as you said it to, he definitely.
I didn't
looks,
even
and then
say
you were
happy
like,
ending.
Oh, shit.
Or no, I did say happy
You
ending.
did.
But that was wholesome, you son of a bitch. And you're gonna turn around and look at me like that?
We're gonna take it and fuck
Have
it up.
neither of you ever? So neither of you have ever had a happy ending.
No,
No.
I've never gone
I've
to.
had 2 massages in my life.
I've never gone to.
And
like,
one of
a
them was our
legit-
friend who was on the podcast. So
Right. Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's the one massage I did. It was like a full body, like whatever massage from a friend. He's a dude, and now.
now that I think about it, he did offer. Shit. Okay, that's fine. God, spaced on that one. my
Fuck,
bad.
you're supposed to tell anybody.
Oh man.
But if you ever need to get worked out for anything, this dude like fucking works wonders. Honestly, the man.
All
Shout out
right.
to Balboa Massage.
And then happy ending right at the end.
Well, for
Perfect.
you, but I don't know. Based on one of your jokes about the underwear, you're the
Oh, well, yeah. I would probably repel him with my smelly vagina.
Oh, wow.
Wafting.
I mean, that'll do the trick,
Wafting through.
I've got to say that you are usually, when I go to the open mics, the funniest one or the one that makes me laugh the most, just because like shit like that,
that's so
the
nice.
most random. No, it really is. Like it's really cool to go and see people because you kind of get to see like people's routines. I've only seen you, I think, a few times, and it seems like you had like kind of a different thing going on each time. It seems like you're just more like go with the flow. I don't know how much you dedicate to writing, but it seems like it just comes very naturally.
Any of my comedian friends who would be, if they were like listening right now, they would just be like, does not write. She's a fucking no. I've been like doing my same stuff for like a couple years now. I feel like just kind of like fine tuning this one set.
Okay.
But also I try to go up and like talk just about shit that's going on in my life.
Yeah, because it seemed like you were pretty reactive to what was going on right there too. Like you had like something, it was just natural. Like you didn't get thrown off from any sort of bit. You were just like going with it. It was great. It was. I mean, that's what I can appreciate. That's why I like people like Joe Coy. When you watch somebody like Joe Coy live, like I saw, you can watch all these other comics that are just like hilarious and you can appreciate them for their writing, but sometimes when you're there in person you want like a certain energy, a certain level of just like
you don't want it to feel rehearsed.
yeah. And
Yeah.
like with him, he was like one of the I had like some of the most fun at his show, not because I think like his jokes are the funniest, it's just like he as a person is fucking hilarious. When you're there, he'll just
Right.
pick like a random person and start kind of like shooting the shit and fucking with you. He'll pick you out and just start fucking with you. He's just good like that. And it
Yeah.
kind of seemed like you had more of that natural, like, I'm just coming up here to talk and be funny, rather than, you could tell a lot of people are up there with like notes and, you know, doing that whole thing.
Yeah, lately I've just been like, fuck it, let's just, if it bombs, it bombs. So it just like, let's talk about some random shit. Let's get gross as fuck.
That was definitely awesome.
Well, shit, if you got that kind of fearlessness, like that's kind of perfect, you know, to get up there and just generate stuff, you know, kind of go and see what happens. Now, I'm like, I feel like I get it, but I've never actually done that, like that writing on stage kind of thing. You know, I always get, well, if I could probably ever get more than like fucking 5 minutes at a time, maybe I'd have a chance to.
Right.
But I mean,
right.
like, you know, there's, I kind of get it, but I don't feel like I would be like that. Like, I feel like I do get too nervous. Like, I gotta be prepared, you know, I gotta make sure I can fill those, like, those minutes, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, no, and it when you're up there and you just blank, it feels
Fuck.
Yeah, you feel fucking like you're just like, I am alone and I am dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's scary. It's scary.
And it seems like 5 minutes seems like a much longer time when you're up there too.
It does. It can seem like centuries, or if you're like doing well, it seems like it goes by really
Yeah,
fast.
that's kind of the curse. It seems like you can't. It's just there's no sweet spot. You know, you're like doing great. You're like fuck. I gotta finish. They're giving me the light. You know, or
Yeah.
like yeah. This is like I thought I could go up here and shoot the shit for a while, and it was just like nope.
Just ran out. Yeah.
Well, I'm done. But
Yeah, I get no sense of time. Like, I always like go up and then like I end up just fucking around for like a minute or two, and then I'm like fucking still like 3 minutes away from the punchline. Like, when I get the light, I'm just like, oh man,
right.
okay, what's the short version of this?
have you ever been heckled or at least like interacted with somebody from the crowd that like threw you off, like something they answered or said?
Yeah, sure, but it's like, you know, like sometimes I'll be trying to like tell a story or something, and maybe somebody like calls something out, so I have to acknowledge it. I feel like you have to acknowledge it, but then maybe it kind of like throws you off from what you were saying, and then you forget what your next step is, and you're just like, oh shit. But
Yeah, I would think you would have to acknowledge it too. Like, you know, show you're not a robot and you're not up there just doing a script or rehearsing. You got to go with the flow.
right, exactly. It's more fun that way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So how many would you say like open mics do you go to a week to practice?
Oh god, I've been really bad lately. It's been like 1 or 2 lately. But on like a good week, you try to go like every night. But it's really hard to do that. You like when you have like a job and I don't know.
And what are
life?
which ones are your favorites? I'm putting you on the spot here too.
I love Fathers on Sundays. It's in Santa Ana, and it's like this little dive bar, and it's run by this guy named Ramon Hernandez, and it's fucking awesome. And it's just, you know, you can feel comfortable saying whatever the fuck you want there. Like, it could be racist or horrible or whatever, you know? Like, you could be, like, talking about fucking your mom. Like, that's, like, a safe space to be as fucking gross and out there as you want, which is cool.
It is, like, as long as it's safe. It's a safe place.
Yeah. Our friend V runs, like, a couple shows, and she does mics, too, a couple times a month at different, like, breweries around town.
We definitely know V. We've had her on.
Yeah. So she always does fun stuff. Yeah, I used to host at this mic called the Harp, and it was the Harp Inn in Costa Mesa. It's like super chill place.
Yeah, we know that one.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's a lot of good spots around town, though.
Well, you just recently, for the first time, went up and did the Improv, right?
Oh yeah, I got to do the Hollywood Improv with John Campanelli, and V was hosting that show. And it was just super fucking cool.
Super bummed I missed that one. I literally had $1.75 in my bank account from the night before, and I was like, did I really buy that many fucking vodka, like Cheetos and sodas? And then I was like, all right, I gotta go to work. I'm sorry.
No, that's so cool. You always come out and support, so no worries. That's like, but it was a really fun night.
Oh, it's awesome, man. So how long have you been doing comedy?
It's been about 3.5 years, probably almost 4 years now. I'm trying to remember when exactly I started. I think it was in the summer. But yeah, it's been like 3.5 to 4 years.
Okay, that's cool, man. And then like just jumping from that, like from open mic, and I'm guessing to today, like, you know, doing a show at the Hollywood Improv, like that's rad, man.
Yeah, no, I think about it, like in my head, I'm like, I'm not where I want to be yet, and I'd like to just progress so much more. But if I think about like where I started, where I was like just trying to get enough courage to like get on stage, I'm like, all right, we're doing okay. We're still in it.
Yeah.
Are you more proud of your material now?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm more proud of like how comfortable I've gotten versus, I mean, I'm still scared as hell every time I go on stage. I always get nervous, but it's just, I'm more comfortable with bombing now than I ever have been before. You know, like if I bomb, you know, I'm not gonna like beat myself up about it the whole rest of the night. I'm just gonna be like, okay, you know, I'm fucking.
And would you say that might be because so many of the people that you're doing these open mics in front of, like, you know, most of them, like you kind of are familiar with all of them, or would that be the case too at like a brand new show like the Improv?
I mean, oh my god, if I had bombed at the Improv, I would have been really. Really sad about it. I've bombed at the Comedy Store before. Like I did a roast battle. Yeah.
But I feel like that happens. That's part of it, you know?
You went like Eminem from 8 Mile on him and shit. You got all fucking like, you just froze up, choked up.
Oh, I choked so fucking hard in front of Bert Kreischer. I fucking choked in front
just
of
mom spaghetti fucking everywhere.
Yeah, just like just took a total shit.
Can't bomb in front of Bert.
Yeah, it was. He was embarrassed for us. That was how bad it was.
Oh,
but that's
no.
fine. That's
Dang.
fine.
And then
yeah.
that has no shame, so that's rough.
Yeah,
man.
no.
Was he wearing a shirt?
He was holding the shame for us. I think he was clothed. Yeah, he was wearing a shirt that night.
How disappointing.
Unfortunately, yeah. I guess nobody.
That's his like sign of disapproval. He like puts his shirt on.
He puts his shirt back on and he's like, "Fuck you."
I give that set
bad.
a shirt and a sweater.
Oh fuck! And it's like 60 or like 90 degrees up in that motherfucker too. He's just like sweating.
Sweating hard, and he's like, "I'm not taking it off. Not for you, bitches."
Yeah, it's a reverse clothes scale. Like,
Oh, it was so bad. Me and the guy I battled, we both like, it was like a double like what is it called? A double like disqualification or whatever, because it was like you were so bad that neither of you won, which is
shit.
worse than like me losing to somebody.
Ironically, that's hilarious.
That is.
It was so sad.
So tell us how a roast
bummed.
battle works though. Like how does this, like what goes on?
So basically you each get like 3 chances to like roast each other and just go hard on like, you know, the other person's appearance or like something they said or whatever, you know, like just make nasty jokes
like,
about them.
but you do like a research, like you go in, you find their like, you know, like their high school transcript, and then like you interview all of their exes and shit.
Yes, you write for this.
Yeah. Oh shit.
And then but you usually want to have like 5 jokes prepared in case it goes into like, you know, like an overtime joke or 2.
And some
Are you friends with this person?
Yeah, I was. You could not know them, or you could be friends with them.
Who chooses this?
So one of you has to challenge the other, and usually, like, one of you has done roast battle before, so you know the guy who, like, gets you in, like, you just request a battle. And then it's, like, every Tuesday, this happens at the Comedy Store, and it's, like, Jeff Ross's thing. Like, the first time I battled, I lost. So I've done it twice now. The first time I battled, I lost. I choked that night, too. Ironically. And that time,
and that's how the judges gave the award, the win to her anyway.
They were like, "You really suck." Yeah, that night I choked in front of Jeff Ross. So I've choked in front of Jeff Ross and Bert Kreischer in my life, which is pretty fucking sad.
Oh,
but
Because
What are you
Jeff's
gonna
like one
do?
of the main guys I can picture for like a roast battle. Like when it
No.
comes to that, like I picture
Oh,
him
I
as
mean,
like
yeah.
he is the guy.
He's
Yeah.
the king of roast battling. Yeah.
just talking shit. I've always said that I would love to do that
Just
with
roasting.
like close friends though, like people that you know, because I would feel terrible doing it to anybody that I don't know, you know, because like
Oh yeah.
I can handle it when my friends talk shit to me like that too, but if somebody else that goes off on me, I'm probably like,
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm not sure you are like quite getting the grasp of how fucking savage these things get.
I mean, working at the places I used to work, we used to go off on each other all the fucking time too, and I used to get pretty fucking savage. But I'm sure that I would definitely have to get my writing skills up to par. Obviously, you know.
Right. Yeah, no, it's a lot of writing, and like most of the shit that you write is just gonna be garbage. That's what and like it's hard. Like it seems like it's gonna be easy, and then all of
Right.
a sudden you're
So,
like,
but what was it with you though and him? Since you knew him, was it because you didn't want to insult him, or you didn't want to?
No, it's just being on that stage. I
Okay.
got so scared. All of a sudden I couldn't remember anything.
But you
Anything.
had it written well.
Oh
you
yeah, I
think.
had it written both times, and both times I was just like, it was just awful. And then they put it on Periscope, right? So you can like watch it live
Yeah.
from this app, and then so there's people commenting, and they're just like, she's trash, and like, you know, you can go back and watch it and just watch people just
Damn.
like
Dang, that's
just
crazy.
take you down. The internet is not kind.
No, they're not.
Dang.
Especially like fans of roast battle, they're just going hard. on it, man.
Yeah, and I was like, well, fair enough. Everything you're saying is true.
It's fucking crazy, man, seeing those crowds. But that's one of my favorite things is seeing people go to open mics and like just work out like their jokes for roast battle and stuff.
Oh yeah, that is really fun.
I love
A lot
seeing
of the
those, and
time
they
it's
like
great,
introduce
yeah.
them, or they'll go like one after the other, but like one person will leave the room, you know, and then they'll like do their
Right.
thing. That's always cool.
Yeah.
Do they have those here locally, like that you don't have to go to the improv for? Like you can.
I'm sure. Yeah, you can definitely find like places you can like practice, or like, you know, even if you like asked to do it at like a mic or something with a friend, you know, if you know the host or something, it's worth trying it. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, you can
Just go up there and talk shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's fucking funny, man. You know my buddy Joe Urel. Do you know him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
He was working out. He was working out a set at the Anchor Bar, like getting ready for his roast battle, the one that was actually I think on Comedy Central.
Right.
And
right.
and like when his opponent came in and was doing his jokes about Joe, they're like, you know, he's got cerebral palsy. Like there's a lot of shit that you can say.
Right.
And so the room was silent, and I was dying laughing. So I'm just like, oh shit, this is not the crowd for roast battle, you know?
Yeah, it's like if the room's like too sensitive, because people just are going. For
Yeah, people go like-
jugular.
Well,
Yeah.
and I
They
think
go like,
today
"Ooh,
too, people
damn."
a lot like are just kind of like, oh shit, you can't say that. You
Yeah.
can't say that. Or you just like in the crowd too. Even me, I'm just like, am I allowed to laugh at that? Like, I'm not allowed
No.
to like, what? You know, it's just kind of
Right.
crazy. People like, ugh.
Yeah.
But then sometimes people, like from what I've seen, just fucking suck. And they just say, like, I'm not gonna
There is
lie,
that
they
too.
just like say
There's
some
that.
shit. You're like, bro, you missed the mark of being funny. That's just straight racist.
Yeah.
Like you're fucking racist.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like you can be racist on stage if you want to be, but it better be.
It better be
fucking
good,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it better be good.
Playing with fire.
Otherwise, you're just a racist.
Yeah. Or at least have the stereotype
Which
be
is-
accurate, you know?
And there is an upsetting amount, like number of comedians who I'm pretty sure are just racist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
good, thank
oh, perfect.
you. Oh man.
I don't know. I've strayed away from trying to get into any of that just yet. Like, I'm not ready to like get bombed on or just have people hate me. So I'm like, I'm pretty like, that's I guess what I'm super nervous about. It's like, you know, saying stuff and it's like, wait, you know, I think too much about who's listening, and I don't want to like write anything that just will offend
And you know,
anybody.
that's okay. Like, it's not the default position to be like anti-PC or whatever, like
Right.
however you want to put it. You know, like sometimes I do feel like it gets blown. Things get blown out of proportion and stuff like that. It's like a lot of the times, like you know, just good intentioned people can like make jokes and they're funny, and like you know that they're, you know,
Dude, just kidding.
that they
Right,
are just
yeah.
kidding. Like they live a life and all this stuff that like, you know, lets you kind of know that they're just kidding.
Right. Or
However,
you gotta
it
wait
does
to
go
get
crazy
the
in
joke.
other directions too, and people are using
Right.
it as a weapon now. For stuff they don't like or things like that.
That's
like
true.
like this but some of them are they ride that line. Like Kevin Hart, like that was him getting bumped off the Oscar host this year for some homophobic tweets from back in the day.
Right.
I know not. This is. I don't know anything about
It was
that.
like from 2009 or something no.
I feel like it was even
just
farther
throwing,
back
like,
than that or something like that.
Yeah, I'm throwing the wrong date out there, but it's like from one of his from way back.
What did he say?
I don't remember right now. I know I read it one time. I was like, okay, it's like a little bit rough to hear, but who am I to say like whether it's like offensive or not? It's
Right.
like it's not about me, so I can't really like cast too much judgment. But like
Right.
I
I
don't think people should be.
I mean, if somebody says something fucked up like that, that's one thing. But like, I like what John Campanelli said at his. That's how you say his name, right? When we were at.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So when we went to see him at the Comedy Store, and like how he started telling a joke, and I like the message of like, wait till the joke is finished because you don't know where it's going. Like,
Right.
don't let these words in the beginning automatically make you think like this is going to be like a homophobic or anything sort of joke. Because his joke was like about when he went to Rome, he was like, is it the gayest city in the world? It was like super gay. And he was like saying, and people were just kind of like, like he's like, God, fuck. Like, it's just awkward because
Immediately they're hating him.
like they're hating him for saying that. But it led to this thing being like, really, if anything, he's making fun of like straight people. He's not making fun of gay people. The way the joke ended up being, I don't want to spoil his joke because he's probably going to go and, fucking say this. And anyways, yeah, it was great. It was hilarious because it's like sometimes you just gotta like wait and like hear somebody out, till the fucking end of the joke. And if it ends up still being racist, then fuck them or homophobic or whatever. But just like it's comedy, like don't like go to a comedy show and just be like super tense there and just be like fuck, like you can't enjoy it.
Well, what do you guys think about the fact that he didn't apologize? Really, he was just like he was like my Kevin Hart.
Oh,
he was like my. I feel differently now. So basically the gist was like, he was making some joke about the fact that like if he ever found out his son was gay, that he'd like react a certain way, So and then like, it like people got upset. So but he didn't really apologize. He was just like, I'm not gonna host the Oscars anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I personally don't think he should apologize for a joke that he made, just because. I don't know.
I wish I could really remember the joke.
Exactly what it was.
I was like trying to like compare it to when this happened to Tracy Morgan. But like when it happened to Tracy, like if Tracy's on stage like doing stuff, I'm like, does it really make it that different if it's on Twitter or on stage with that?
Or like a live performance. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and plus people's like attitudes and ideas have been changing like crazy over time.
That is true too. Like I mean, I don't even know what he said or anything about that. I'm so bad with keeping up to date on pretty much anything, really, other than
that's why you got me.
Anything exactly. So I can't weigh in on that, but I agreeing with just the general idea, like we're going through pretty quick changes, like in recent years, and so a lot of people like just had a different. They were wrong before, right. And then like it just depends, I guess, if like they are able to move on and accept and learn, rather than just like if they're still like no fuck that, like fuck gays, like what or whatever.
Right.
Then obviously that's bad. But like if he said something back then, wasn't like Hillary Clinton like against gay marriage, just like
till like 2012 or some shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I
So-
didn't realize
But
that.
like I don't know, I doubt that she actually was. She was just looking at poll numbers and going, okay, like
right.
it's
But
not
okay, well that's
favorable to this.
probably
she was
even
always trying to
worse.
like ride that line, like that's this idea that centrists like are what people want because they get some people from this camp and this camp, and so she went in on be like, okay, I'll keep the evangelicals by saying that I don't, I support traditional marriage or something like that, and then it's her to soften over time.
That
Interesting.
sounds like a cop out for her still being fucking, even if
Yeah.
she is or isn't, like she's still.
Oh no, that's not an
running on
excuse.
that.
That's a giant act of cowardice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that's not a
Okay.
that's not a charming quality.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, you see that happening though a lot where, people, if they're really changing and like their views are changing, then like what can they do about their past? You know, like if they're like in it now, like now there's a difference with like rape and shit. You know, like obviously that's like something you did. You actually did something.
Like they're saying things and ideas is one thing, and like that's like just what you actually physically did. Like that's another category over
Absolutely. Then that's a whole nother fucking, I don't know. I don't have any fucking
domestic abuse is a whole other enchilada.
I was gonna say enchilada.
Yes.
I think we're both thinking of Mexican food too much right now, dude. I've been eating fucking Taco Bell way too much. I've gotten so many gift cards to right? What's your order from Taco Bell?
Oh, I love any $5 box.
Any $5, yeah, straight up. I've been fucking up cheesy gordita crunches lately.
Those are really good.
Usually it was like Crunchwrap Supremes, but now it's been like the cheesy gordita crunches. Been fucking shit up big time.
And now a word from our sponsor, Del Taco.
But they have been fucking my butthole up too. Yeah, that is. I mean, that's like one argument that's valid on their end, but it's worth it.
It's like one of those like messy dating relationships. It's like, you shouldn't do it, but it's just.
it's like
it's got you.
It's either cocaine or Taco Bell. You choose. This is what we're doing. Snorting lines of the fucking mild sauce and shit.
Yeah. I was gonna say Doritos dust.
Right?
Sounds good.
So what?
I'm right there.
What have you got coming up?
Coming up, I'm like, I don't know that I do have anything coming up.
You're really a thought there.
It's one of those things where you're just like, I don't want to make any like commitments. Like, I'm gonna be at like 4 mics this week, but like really, if I say I'll be here at that time, like I'm gonna feel like I have to go, and like if there's like a fucking solid CSI episode on, like I don't want to have to make that choice, you know.
Weed has a good way of doing that. You know, like you kind of had the look on your face right there when I used to go to school, and I used to like right outside Golden West. I would just be like, "All right, I'm ready. I'm gonna go in," and then I'd say just one quick bowl before I go in, and I'd get so fucking lit, and I would just sit in my car and be like, "Whoa, class already started. The beach is over there. Fuck, I'm going to the beach." And then I have friends. I am like drinking by myself. I've got like fucking. I went through 2 fucking plates, like a shrimp plate and then a fucking chicken taco plate. Like I came back and ordered again, and fucking this was my life from like 21 to fucking 25. You know, like I don't know why I thought I was fucking like
you are my spirit animal.
I don't know.
Like, that makes more sense. I thought you were like 16 at this point. I think I like kind of spaced for like the first like few words of that story.
No. So not school, like elementary or high school. It was
That's
fucking,
what I thought.
No, it was college. This is why I didn't, you know.
Dude, you're a rad ass kid, man.
Right? No, I was the opposite in fucking high school.
said
Smoke
that
weed with an
beach
11-year-old
eating
Devon.
I had curfew in high school. Yeah, I know.
Oh, you fucking nerd.
In high school, that would be the shit. Just like some fucking kid that just like is so badass. He goes and eats shrimp by himself. Like, fuck school, fuck girls, fuck all this shit. I don't need any of that stuff. I got shrimp and fucking beer.
Sounds
Fuck
amazing.
bitches, get shrimp.
It sounds like Wayne from Letterkenny. Do you watch Letterkenny?
No.
Stop trying to make Letterkenny happen.
Dude.
It's not gonna happen.
It's fucking happening. You guys.
Like just stop.
It's fucking happening. I'm telling you, watch this shit. But anyway, he's like, I'd be like Wayne, just this kid that just is too cool for fucking school. Some James Dean shit, like shrimp, fucking beer. And I'm like fucking allergic to shrimp too. I have like an onset
What
like
the
allergy
fuck?
to shrimp.
What is actually wrong with you?
Bro,
I was alone on the beach, drunk, and broke out in hives.
It's random. Like it's
And
like
that's how we know you're the coolest kid.
yeah. Because you're so dumb. No, I seriously like I fucking don't know what it is about me. I just love doing things that I really do have like a twin self in there or a multiplicity of the selves. Like they're all just like to variant degrees like trying to fuck with each other. They're just like, one's like, yeah, you should have that shrimp, or one's like, no, dude, you're allergic. You know that. The other one's like, yeah, but it's only like 1 in every 10 times. It's kind of
You
random.
have an angel
it's like
and a devil on your
Like,
shoulder.
It's 1 in every.
Not
10
advising you on
times.
moral choices. Advising you on like, hey, don't eat that. Like, don't lick that light post either.
And the other one's like,
do it.
nah. Like, little bitch. It's seriously like the
That's a
fucking.
mental condition.
It's like the Crunk thing with like, where he's like giving you the advice. He's like, nah, don't listen to him. I'm wearing a dress. Anyways, look what I can do. He's like, what does that have to do with anything? He's got a point.
I mean, if your guiding conscience, your muse, your inner voice is Kronk, like that makes so much sense.
No, that's
Everything
No,
falls
I'm
into
Crunk,
place.
not my inner voice. My inner voice is like, my inner voice would literally be like, seriously, like Kenny Powers,
You're
Alf, Ron
Alf.
Swanson, fucking maybe, I don't know, fucking, let's see, who else? Oh, fucking Duncan Trussell, and then
you have like 9 voices in your head.
And
Bro,
I feel
like-
like
I feel
they're
like
all
this is like-
wildly different from
Yeah.
but none of them are good. Like they all have like a bad, like they're all like doing fucked up shit.
Oh man, just watching how red everything gets as you lean forward and scream as loud as you can to this microphone.
Yeah!
No, didn't you fuck? Oh man.
That's my level of, that was fucking
All
Kenny
right,
Powers
so-
right there, by the way.
So we'll put a limit of 5 on the inner voices. Who's your inner voice?
My inner voice. My inner voice is definitely a bitch. I'm trying. Who would she be? My inner voice, and I feel like my outer voice is like, be nice to everyone, and my inner voice is like, fucking kill them. I think I would have to choose like Joan Rivers as my inner voice. Just,
I like
like
it.
shitting
That's a
on
solid
people.
choice.
I feel like if you took Aubrey Plaza and Kristen Bell and put them together, that would be like your inner voice.
Really?
In terms of personality, yeah. Like maybe, I don't know. Maybe not as like just like fucking I don't give a fuck as Aubrey Plaza, but kinda like just don't
What
take me
personality does Kristen Bell have? Like, I'm not sure. I don't think like it like stands out to me.
It's
I
kind
know
of
what she
like,
acts like.
I think just kind of you're calm, like, you know, just kind of chill. Like you can just sit here and just be funny. You're not like
I'm like
you're not extra, you know. Like you're not like a fucking Lisa Lampanelli or like something like that.
Just over here sucking dick.
Joan Rivers
She's
was the
awesome.
original like queen of extra though.
Right.
Yeah,
She was
she's
extra
so
before extra. Oh
I
wait, wasn't
wanna
she
be
on extra?
Huh?
Wasn't she on extra? Was it like the?
I don't
Oh,
know.
TV channel?
She
TV.
was on
I didn't even do that on purpose.
She was on Fashion Police on E.
No. Oh. E? Yeah, E for extra. I was right. Okay. Moving on.
Again with the TV stuff. I don't know it unless it's Letterkenny. You gotta watch it.
This is a fun game that we play where only 2 of us ever know what the conversation's really about at any given time.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, it's what's going on. Everybody else, all of our loyal listeners know. Anyways, but yeah, so
Talking to you, Billy.
No,
What's
we're
up,
talking
Billy?
to Nick Jason.
Oh yeah, Nick Jason.
What's up, Nick?
Nick Jason.
Nick Jason
Nick
probably
Jason.
is not going to listen to this till
Whoa,
tomorrow.
Get his fake name right, bro.
Nick
He's obviously a huge fan.
Jason because
Nick Jason.
yeah, he's probably not going to get this right because he's
Is he
in
fake?
Bangladesh, so he's like sleeping right now.
Just let him continue before you ask questions. This is really like not going where you're thinking it's gonna go.
Yeah, he's in Bangladesh.
Okay.
Are you really gonna stop there? What the
Well,
fuck
she's
is
supposed
wrong
to
with
ask
you?
me some questions about it.
Don't ask
I don't want
questions.
to.
I listened, and then
Only
you
2 of
stared
us
at
are
me like,
ever
what
allowed to
did
know
you...
what's going on. At
So
any given
Nick
time.
Jason hits us up today. He hits us up on Messenger, and I'm actually just going to pull it out just to see. Right?
Okay, he is. He a random dude messages us on Messenger, and then I looked at his profile, and it is just like a JPEG'd out like Jersey Shore extra or
Yeah,
something like that.
So bad.
His name is Nick Jason, but he's from Bangladesh, and all of his friends, like, I do not know what letters or words or what language that the names were on like the rest of the profile. And he's like, "Hey, buddy, I can get you, lots of good plays. I'm podcast promoter." I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead with no, and then he can take it from here.
Yeah,
because
so
he was just going to do this without giving you any of the goddamn context.
right. That's kind of how I do things over here. So he goes, for only $450 per month and $120 per week. Oh, wait, let's go back to what he first said. Says, is anyone available to chat? And then there's an auto response, as he said, that said, foolish mortal, ask your question and have it answered for the meager price of your soul. Couldn't resist putting something here. Sup, Nick? We'll get back to you soon. Totally seems like he wrote this. It does not seem like an automated response.
No, that's the default one from Facebook.
Yeah. So this.
That's just like what it always does when you click autoresponder.
No, I can never tell with this guy.
He finally gets one. I'm like, I say it straight.
There's hope for me yet. Anyway.
Obviously, I'm joking. Okay. Oh, I'm so proud.
He takes advantage of my ignorance towards anything technological.
No, he trusts me, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm very trusting.
I trusted you.
So back to what we were saying. So he does that, and this, what we don't know is whether it's a bot or not. It could be like a fucking bot or this really weird dude that's just trying to be fucking like Nick Jason. And he says, "Sir, I'm an expert podcast promoter. Do you need any help to promote your podcast for SoundCloud? Sir, are you interested?" Like, all in one thing. Like, what? Like, bro, you're getting kind of pushy
polite.
here. He said, well, it's kind of like really pushy, polite. Like, "Sir, please choose now. Like, come on. I just asked you. Do you want it or not?" He's like, "Thanks, but not at this time." All nice and shit, right? And so I'm like watching, like, God, I want to kind of troll this guy so bad. So I told him, I go, if he responds, I'm going to troll him. He says, "Sir, you will get from me 1, real and organic listeners and lots of plays and listens. 2, lots of real and organic downloads. 3, huge amount of subscribers. 4, top position what you want, top position whatever you want. 5, lots of real and organic reviews." Lots of real and organic shit this guy's got. He doesn't offer me any organic weed, anything like that. He's just like, "You can get this stuff." I say, "Sir," he says.
How many times did he use real and organic?
At least 3 separate times in that one statement.
You know what makes me not feel like something is real or organic? Saying it 3 fucking times.
Yeah, exactly. And then he says right after that, "Sir, can I make your podcast the best one?" And then the next one.
What? I didn't finish reading.
Oh yeah, he said, "Sir, can I make?" Oh no.
May I make your podcast
No. Sorry.
the
He
best
did
one?
not ask. I messed that up. He did not ask. He said, "Sir, I can make your podcast the best
No,
one."
fuck that. He said, may I make your podcast the best one?
And then he said,
That's how I'm telling the
for
story.
only
On stage when I fucking
$450.
steal this from you.
Only $450 per month and $120 per week. Then he puts a thumbs up, and then he's like, "Sir, are you interested?" Even after that, and I say, "I'll give you 30 schmeckles and 1 plumbus to start. Get us in the top 10 by tomorrow, and I'll agree to pay you 250,000 eye holes. But you will only receive once we reach the number 1 spot." And he goes, "Sir, what is schmeckles?"
So mind you, I'm not getting anything that he's sending, but like in my notification bar, I'm just getting like new message, and I can only see what he's sending to us. And I just look and I see, "Sir, can you please tell me what you mean by schmeckles?" I'm like,
I said, "It's our
what
currency.
is happening?"
Our currency on Tralfamador." And he goes, "And what did you mean by 250K eye holes?" And I said, "Eye holes are a delicacy here on Tralfamador, worth millions. Okay, sir. Please tell me the sentence again in US dollar." And I said, "Oops, sorry, we just got picked up by a major promoter from Gondor. We don't need your services at this time. Thank you. Please give me a single chance, sir. Sorry, Nick Jason, we already got signed on with your competitor, Ralph George. Sir, but your podcast is not even in the category top 200. Not today, but tomorrow we are guaranteed number 1 for only $10 a month. Oh, it's great, sir. Right? We are stoked. Best of luck to you, Nick Jason. And you too, sir." And then that's it. The
Shit.
weirdest but best interaction I've had
I'm
all day.
so glad I waited. Like I didn't read that. Like you got to hear that out loud. That was fantastic. I just was screenshotting like as they were coming in. I just got the first few. I didn't realize it was that long. It was like, "And what do you mean by 150,000 eye holes?" I'm like, "Oh god damn it, I gotta screenshot this too."
Well, it's kind of, we're at the point right now where, like, I feel so comfortable doing that. Before, I was like, wait, is this guy really from Edison? And is he going to shut my electricity off? Or, like, should I lie? And I'm like, what? And then you wise up to it. So now, I'm just like ready to go to town on these dudes when they call, you know. And you know, sometimes when I see scam likely, I'm kind of like, I wish I would. I'm like gonna fucking answer the phone right now. It's 7:53, but shit, I can wake up laughing right now, you know.
So sometimes you answer on purpose just to have somebody to fuck with.
Not usually with the scam.
See, he's just hearing about roast battle, and now he's like all amped up, like he just got out of prison or
I
something.
know this is actually
it would.
good roast fucking like practice right there. Just talk to
just
some fucking
unwitting
scam
strangers.
artists. But
You're a
seriously-
goddamn monster.
There seriously should be a special place in hell for scam artists though. Like legit scam artists, they just like need to be right in line after like Hitler for his like appointment. His daily appointment for pineapple shoving up the ass thing, like, you know, that little Nicky. They need to fucking do that for scammers too, or put something in their fucking pee hole.
All right.
Seriously, dude,
Something
I got
acidic.
scammed. That's why I said that. I fucking bought one of those $50 in tents. I was like, it's like almost 100% off for like this fucking like $5,000 channel. I was like, what? On Instagram. It was like advertised on Instagram. So I thought, okay, this is legit. This was like months ago. I ended up fucking...
I want to hear 2 more things that happened in that circle of hell for scammers.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 more things for the scammers. Well, let's see.
And
As far as those fucking Best Buy cards or the Amazon cards were like they did this to me a long time ago too. It's like, you won $1,000 Amazon card. All you have to do is sign this fucking thing. So you're like, all right, fucking. Then you do that, and then they lead you into all these things where you subscribe for all of these fucking things, but you can cancel anytime. So like, all you need to do is just
so much goddamn debt.
you.
Fuck, man.
Man, oh no, trust me, I did end up canceling them right away. But fuck, that was a bitch. That I almost forgot which ones I had which ones I had to cancel. Like I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? This is crazy. And I thought, well, Amazon's on it. And my friend's like, dude, like Amazon like didn't necessarily send that to you. That's a fucking scam. And I'm like, oh shit. This was like 6
I was
months
wondering
ago.
why you had such a very strong opinion of like scammers above like.
Oh
other
man, there's more. I
like,
just don't want to get into it right now.
Have you never been scammed ever?
I feel like I've been scammed, but like in a small way or something like that. Like I've gotten like fished with like a like a email account or something like that, like way back in the day. But it was like nothing, not like I had to sign up for 150.
Once, okay, so like I had this huge dent in the side of my car, and this guy like rolls up to me, and it's like he's in this shitty car, and he's got his friend in his car with him, and he's like, hey, like I can like remove that dent for you right now, like just like pay me like $100, and I'll just like what is it called? When
this is before the Me Too era when calling was just rampant. It's fucked up,
So I
Better
gave
times,
I gave this guy like $100, and him and his buddy like took my door off of my car and like used a hammer to make it like smooth, and then they put this like putty on it, and they're like, don't take this off for like a couple hours, and like when you take the putty off, it'll be good as new. And then I took the putty off, and it was just beaten to shit. It was just horrible.
Were they gypsies?
Holy shit!
I got scammed by gypsies. Okay, I did. They sound much like the gypsies that came and fucking scammed me.
You're just assuming they're gypsies.
Because that's some shit that they would do,
I
bro.
know we were talking about them being sick. Like, this is why. You just want to say racist shit about gypsies.
They don't even have. You don't even know what race they are. It's nothing
hard.
about.
Like,
it's
that's not normal.
It's nothing about their race. It's about their fucking like what they're doing. Like they fucking. They had like an advertised thing.
Goddamn shifty background. Like, what?
They had this fucking thing on the internet. They were just like, yo, your flat tire fucking will come out and fix it for like $30. Came out after they fucking literally all they needed. I just needed a fucking WD-40. That's all I didn't have, and they took it off for me and $300 something. Like what the fuck? Like what the fuck? Like what the actual fuck? And then they just bust out all these fucking fees. It was just 2 dudes in like a fucking my car. Like their car was like smaller than my car. Like it wasn't even like a fucking truck or anything like that. They didn't come with a tow.
Therefore, you don't know the money.
Well,
my car's bigger than your car.
I had a bigger heart back then. No, it was just like they were in like a fucking regular like Toyota. It was just like in their regular clothes. They didn't have like a sign on the side of the door or anything. They were just like these two guys coming from a fucking party. They were like literally gonna take my tire off my car.
I fucking love these guys. I want them on the show because like that is so funny that like they went through like their scam is just they're still doing most of the work of a legitimate business. Like it's not any easier. All they're doing is just saving themselves the trouble of having to learn how to fix dents. Like. They still like went and found you, like got your business, sold you.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it was 3 hours later.
Took all the time to like do this, which is like about how much time it would probably take to remove a dent. Except instead they chose to fucking hammer it and put putty over it.
Shit out of my car.
Yeah,
bro. It's like those people. Like
that is the funniest fucking thing I have ever heard. Like I want Netflix to fucking find these guys and give them at least a feature on one of those stand-up like episodic things for like 15 minutes.
And how much did you pay them?
Like $100. I was like, this is such a good deal.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, I was such an idiot. But
this is how I feel. Like
that's whatever the opposite of a happy ending is.
Yeah, a lot of these stories are gonna be sad.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
They're gonna be really sad.
But like I can't even be mad. Usually it's when those things happen, like I can't even be mad. I just was like, well, I'm a fucking dumbass, you know, like
yeah.
That's just how it goes.
We've learned that David and I are fucking idiots.
You guys, really, wasn't that $100 worth how much joy it's brought me?
I know, right?
It's practically a Christmas present.
Oh my god.
Straight up. Well, now that we are coming down to the end of our time here, do you have anything that you would want to say to anybody who's listening out there that, you know, is on the fence about wanting to get there? I know personally a friend messaged me the other day. He's like, look, I know you were getting up there and doing these open mics and I've been wanting to do it for years. I thought he was already doing it, you know, but he was kind of like just timid about it. Is there anything you would tell those kind of people that are kind of just looking into it?
Like teetering on the edge of trying it.
What would you say to get them up there on stage? Like give them a little kick in the ass.
You run away. And you never look back. It is not safe here. I regret this every day.
Yeah. So they'll probably be there now. That's the best way to get them there. Absolutely. I'm there.
Save yourself.
Oh, man.
Where do I sign up? I want to be there right now.
Shit, I'll give her the last word on that one. That was fucking good.
Yeah. Well, what else we got going on?
Well, for me, I think next week we'll have a year wrap up, best of episode. So make sure that you guys go ahead and subscribe to the show. Make sure you catch us on all social medias at Let It Bleed Cast, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And you know, this is really what the Christmas season is all about. Us making a clip show so we don't have to go through all the work of making a real show, and then giving it to you guys to, you know, bond with your racist family over.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Aww.
Yeah. Well, you know, yeah, cool. Go ahead and like us on all that shit and do all the normal following. You know my shit. I say it all the time. We'll say it at the beginning of the show too. So,
Miss Kelly, where can the people find you?
I am on Facebook as Kelly McConville. That's McConville. I would be the Asian girl riding the gigantic cat. You'll know what I'm talking about if you find me. You can also find me on Instagram at McConville. I'm not going to spell that for you, so just figure it out.
So is that a play on like
Yeah,
Machiavelli?
it's a play on words though, and I like that. I
Play on
respect that.
Machiavelli?
Okay.
That's always
Sort of.
that's always
It was a happy accident,
Oh.
and I enjoy it.
Happy accident.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go around saying that shit from now on. You want a happy accident?
Well, no, because
It's free.
you want a happy ending or a happy accident?
Yeah.
The happy accidents, those are extra.
Yeah.
That's where I get pregnant.
Bob Ross when he just fucking forgets.
And that's
to, like,
how-
he's just like, oh, that's a happy accident. We'll call that
And that's
a
how you
happy
kids were
accident.
made.
That's true.
Right on. Well, I'm looking forward to doing going to more shows with you and being part of the crew and
Yeah.
laughing my ass off.
I'm
So
excited.
Generally like Harpin and
Harpin, Fathers, any of the V Bentley shows.
which one just happened yesterday?
What?
Yeah.
that's good weed.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Fuck. I'm sorry, V. It's not you. It's my fucking brain right now. I'm so sorry. You put me on the spot. God damn it, David!
Oh man.
This is funny for so many reasons
I-
that I don't know if I want to even say right now.
I get what your first roast battle was like.
It was like, yeah, just me up there being like, fuck!
Sometimes that's actually funnier. All right, we'll go ahead and end on that. baby.
Apparently it was not. I give that performance 2 shirts. And I give this whole episode 1 shirt off.
Oh, yes!
We hope you guys thought this was a funny episode, and if you didn't, go fuck yourself.
And if you like funny things on Twitter as well, please don't forget to follow myself at Phil Nobody Cares on Twitter. And swap that around on Instagram at Nobody Cares Phil. All right.
Yeah, and Hood Rat stuff, you know where to find me.
Fantastic.
I'll see you guys later. Thanks again for tuning in. I can't talk right now. That's some fucking good weed. As
You
always,
almost made it to the end.
as always, let
Hold
it
on,
lay.
fuck. Start it over again. The whole thing.
All right, you know.
Ready in 3, 2, 1.